Welcome back. We're here to hear more about nonprofits in the city of Long Beach. I hope you really learn about our city as well as the wonderful things that are happening for our citizens by volunteers, by people that are giving of their time. And the next group, Pathways to Independence, that says a lot. And I'm glad that we have two women here, Goretti Ramos. She is the executive director, and Lisa Mays, who is the fund developer from this organization. Now, you might not know what they do, but you're going to find out. So we're going to turn to you. I'm so glad that you're here, Goretti. Did I say it right?
You did.
Okay, very good. All right. Tell us, what is Pathway to Independence?
Pathways to Independence is a scholarship program that helps young women get their education. So we serve young women ages 18 to 35 approximately, and we really support them through, a lot of them get bachelor's, but really any education goal that they have.
And so it's for 18-year-olds.
Yes.
And it is for women.
Yes, it is.
And it's for women that, from high school or from junior college, community college, or tell us about why you started it, or why it was started to begin with.
It was really started to help young people, young women who are transitioning out of high school and into their college path. So when they started, it was really started by educators who saw their high school students, once they finish high school, struggling to continue their education past that.
I see. And is that where you get your references from the teachers that they have in high school, or how do you find the women that are the needy ones
that are in the program? So the women that we serve, they are coming mostly through word of mouth. So it has been clients who have successfully gone through the program. They know somebody who's struggling, they refer them. We also get referrals from professionals in the community that are aware of our services. So we have gotten referrals from therapists, from medical providers, from college teachers. So anybody who has heard of our program, when they meet a client they feel would really fit the criteria, they send them our way.
And Lisa, when you talk to people about the program, what do you tell them about the needs that you see that people would be donating to make sure that the needs are fulfilled for this student?
Beverly, our program is amazing. Young women come into our program and they mostly have had some significant abuse in their lives, and they want to change their life through education. So the dollars that are raised go towards their college education, their books, a stipend for rent, medical, dental, orthodontia, a car. We're essentially like a good parent, and that's what I tell our donors, that these funds, and we're run by our board. So there's only there's two part-time employees, and Goretti is a full-time employee, and we're fiscally sound. So
that's
it's
wonderful.
Important.
Tell us about some of the people that have gone through.
Some of our clients that have successfully gone through the program. Well, there is a lot of our graduates I think we have an 80% graduation rate. So when somebody comes into the program, the chances that they're going to succeed is...
Do you keep with them as they go through the years?
They're with us from anywhere from 2 to about 5 years. So they're with us for quite a bit of time.
So you check up on them?
They are part of the program, and then after they graduate, we do keep in touch to some degree, check in, see how they're doing. Our alumni are actually a big part of the program.
Are they mentors?
They are mentors. They are also part of our board. So they sit in our board, they mentor, they take up positions, coordinating positions within the program. So there is a lot of kind of them wanting to give back to the program that gave to them.
We have one particular young woman that came from the Midwest, and she only knew one person in Long Beach, and she had a young child at the time, and her husband was incarcerated. And so she packed up her car and came to Long Beach, went to Long Beach City College, and somebody had told her about Pathways. And she was in our program for 4 years, graduated, and Dave Bishop, who started...
So you financially helped her for 4 years?
Yes. Went on to, I believe, Long Beach State, and then she went to law school. And she is an attorney in Orange County.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
And her son, I believe, is 18 now. And
That's amazing. So it's interesting to me. I don't know how you really find them. Tell me about the people that are the finders for these young women.
well, really, it is word of mouth. You know,
Okay.
it's
How long has it been in existence?
25 years.
this is our 25th
No.
anniversary.
Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, then you would have people that know about it.
Yes.
I didn't realize it had been so long. Well, that's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
So about 67% of our clients are from alcoholic families. 42% have experienced some type of incest. There's a lot of trauma that goes on. And we sort of grew organically. Dave Bishop and Joyce Bishop started this program in 1991 out of a need for students. He was a principal at Laurel Continuation High School in Los Alamitos. And one of his students, Monica, lived with her aunt, and she had a 2-year-old. And the aunt moved when she was 18, and that was her only family. And so they loved Dave, the students, and they would come back and tell him how they were doing, you know, after they graduated. And little by little, she had started college, she had childcare, she had health insurance, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
and
nice.
little by little, her car broke down. So Dave brought her into the office and said, you know, I want to look at your finances and see how I can help you. And when he realized she was working 2 jobs and trying to juggle all
Go to
this,
school
she
and
was
have a
never going
2-year-old.
to make any
Yeah.
headway unless she went to school. So Joyce and Dave supported her through a 1-year banking program, and she was off and on her way.
That was the first Pathways.
The very
Yes,
first
that was the
Pathways
very
client.
first.
Did it have a name at the time?
I think so. I
Is
did.
that
It
right?
did have Pathways.
And
yes.
how did you become involved?
I learned about Pathways when they were searching for an executive director. I had heard about the program. I come from a background of domestic violence, so I had heard through the shelters that I've worked with about a program named Pathways. I didn't know much about it. I started to research the program, and I was very impressed with the system that is set up. The program is run by wonderful volunteers almost entirely. So it's really, for me, what I loved about Pathways was that it's a community coming together.
So if the volunteers, the work for the volunteers is actually with the participants.
Yes, it is.
I see.
Yes, it is. So each participant gets supported through 2 to about 5 years of their education, and they each have a very extensive team of supporters.
Yeah.
Each client has approximately 12 volunteers that look out for this particular client's needs. And it's in different areas. One volunteer takes care of the transportation in the car.
How do you keep up with them? Do they check in with you, or do they come to you when they're in need, or does one of their mentors?
There is a lot of accountability built into the program, and the mentors are the main point of contact for our clients. So when a client is having some difficulties, they will call their mentor. On top of calling their mentor when they're kind of struggling, they are required to check in every week. So every week they're talking to their mentor, they're letting them know how their week went. A big component of our program too is, because of the trauma they've experienced, the therapy. So they're also required to attend weekly therapy sessions.
So that's a contact that you see all the time then, where you see
Exactly.
them.
Yeah.
So and that's once a month?
That the therapy is once a week.
Once a week?
And
Once a
maybe
week.
even more.
Yeah,
Ah.
depending on the need of the clients. So there is a constant.
Great deal of help.
Yes.
And all those providers, Beverly, are they're volunteers. They're giving of their community. They're
Like who-
therapists, doctors,
Like
dentists,
how many-
orthodontists.
Oh, so a volunteer could be somebody that just sees them when there's a need.
Yes.
I mean, they're not people that see them every week or every month.
Well, the
even.
therapists.
Exactly. So, yeah, depending on the position of the volunteer. Our team is about 300 volunteers who serve our 50 clients. So we have 50 clients, and as I mentioned, there's about a team of 12 people behind each client, and that includes the therapist volunteer, the medical person who takes care of their health, the doctor, the dentist.
So someone that's helping them in therapy might also, the therapist might also be seeing others too. I
Yes.
mean, just not that one.
Yeah.
And how did you get involved?
Well, Joyce and Dave were trying to raise funds back in 1994, and they were not as successful as they'd hoped. And my cousin and a few friends in Park Estates put together the first fundraiser, and that was 21 years ago.
Oh my.
And we raised $38,000 that first year.
Oh my.
And this last year we raised almost we raised $600,000.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
is that right?
And it's actually, there's about 90 Friends of Pathways, young, women in the community that come together for about 6 or 7 months to put together this annual fundraiser. And it provides more than half of our operating budget for Pathways to Independence. So it's very, very important. And the Long Beach community has really supported us.
I love the Long Beach community.
I do too.
I think the work that it does in helping and in just doing this program, I've got so many people that have volunteered and told me about the number of volunteers they have, and I think any need is being addressed, and this certainly sounds like. Do you have any number of people that you've been, whose lives you've touched?
We have served over 300 clients in the
wonderful.
25 years that Pathways
Yeah.
has been around.
Very good.
And as I mentioned, it's about 50 active clients at a time.
Well, congratulations to both of you. It's a
Thank you.
wonderful thing to do. Thank you very much for being so involved and so successful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you very much for watching.